effort, so they put in effort.
Exactly. They used to speak to you and then call you back and then make it seem like nothing ever happened. Boy, please, bye. You blocked. You blocked.
Tetris.
Exactly.
On this week's episode of Between the Braids and the Truth, we are reviewing a book titled Toxic Relationship Recovery, and we get one of our clients' input on what a toxic relationship really is. I completed reading this book called Toxic Relationship Recovery, and the author said that it's a guide to identifying toxic partners, leaving
Mhm.
unhealthy dynamics, and healing emotional wounds after a breakup.
Open the door, Yvette. Go away, Jody. Baby, I'm sorry I hit you, okay? You blacked my eye too. What about me? What you mad at, girl? Jody, when you gonna grow up? Girl, what you talking about? I'm grown out here. No.
So my thing or my question that I asked myself while reading this book is why do we even have toxic relationships? Like where do you think the personality to build this type of dynamic stems from? Because when I read it, it's so many things in there that we may have thought was normal, but
Exactly.
now that I've opened my eyes to it and I do have another source that's giving me a different perspective, those things were not normal.
Hmm. Sometimes I feel like we get in these toxic situations because of learn things that we learn growing up. Some things that we see from parents or family members that we are around, or even friends. Sometimes we take on those traits that we grew up on, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And it's hard to unlearn that until you actually go through a situation where you be like, wow, this is not something that I should be allowing. You know what I'm saying? You have to really
Mhm.
go through that situation to find out what is the problem.
I don't want peace. I want problems always.
And I feel like it's so sad because this book even talks about, you said it's learned behavior. So we're taught this as children. Like,
Mhm.
we're taught to, oh, you shouldn't say that. Oh, why are you
Exactly.
thinking like that? Oh, because I said what I said. So you need
Mhm.
to do what you're supposed to do. And
Mhm.
it's crazy because one of the things that I did highlight in this book, it says that the issue becomes when skills in communication, emotional processing, and empathy are lacking. Unfortunately, these are skills many children are never taught.
Exactly.
Because
We only
when do we learn to communicate though?
exactly. I feel like we learn to communicate when it's too late.
Mm,
It's too late. We have to go through the process. We gotta see things after things have damaged us. You get what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
And a lot of times it be a long process. We have to go through a healing process. We have to sometimes leave that person and go through a healing process to see what we need to unlearn. That's just the way I see it.
Like I said, this book raised so many questions because it's now like who contributed to our perception of what a normal relationship is. And most of the time it is our family because we're
Mhm.
home with them first.
Mhm.
And it's like, can your perception change with life experience? And it can.
Mhm.
But like you say, it takes us so long to learn how to communicate. Even though we can title someone else toxic, we're toxic too.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Oh,
Because how are we effectively
yes.
processing our own emotions? And
Yes.
it's just like
We're
another thing.
toxic.
Go
We're
ahead.
toxic because we allow certain situations. We allow people to treat us the way they treat us. That's toxic alone. we're allowing them to damage us. You know what I'm saying? If we didn't allow that, we wouldn't be going through certain situations that we go through. We probably wouldn't even be with the people that we were with if we didn't allow certain things, if we set those boundaries from day one. You know what I'm saying? A lot of
Mm-hmm.
times we get blinded by, you know, the the so-called, they say, honeymooning stages of dating. We get blinded by that, and then we don't see these red flags because we so blinded by the so-called love. But baby, they be Jekyll and Hyde. They fake this phone and be this person just to get us there, only to do the same things that we told them happened to us in the past every time. But we do it to ourselves because we allow them to do it.
Hmm.
Yep.
And it's when I say that's the craziest thing ever, because when I had to ask myself, dang, I was toxic too, because I allowed this and I
Yep.
thought this and I think that. But like you said, at
Exactly.
the end of the day, it's because one, we haven't been taught those boundaries. I really wish
Exactly.
that in school we are taught actual social skills, not just,
Mhm.
relationship wise, because toxicity happens in everything. It happens in religion, it
Yes.
happens in family, it happens in
Yes.
work, it
Mm-hmm.
happens in, like you said, friendships earlier. It
Yeah.
happens in every aspect of our life, and it trickles down to the way we are with one. We notice
Yes.
we're being that way with others. Sometimes we notice, sometimes we
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes we notice it, but because we so set in those ways that we learn, we don't think anything is wrong with it. We think it's normal.
Yeah, that's
We're
true
set in
too.
those ways. Yeah.
And so it's a part in this book. When I say this, baby, she hit the nail on the head. She said having successful relationships truly starts with being authentic. If your
Mm-hmm.
parents struggle with being honest with themselves
Ooh.
and chose the passive aggressive route when encountering a difficult issue, or just chose sheer denial when someone blatantly called them out, you likely caught on quickly that your
Mm-hmm.
parents refuse to be held accountable for their actions or the way they hurt you. And I like how she went deeper into it, because she said, if you talk to your parent about the bullying situation and told them, listen, it really hurt me when you shrugged off that situation with the bully the other day. And they reply, I don't know what you're talking about. They utilize denial in order to not be held accountable for their
Mm-hmm.
behavior. So, because that's our parents, we accept it. And what they're not understanding is that now y'all teaching us to accept that from everybody else. Because now
Yep.
it's embedded in us.
And sometimes I think they be in denial because they don't want to touch certain topics or situations that they've experienced in their life. A lot of times they close conversations because they don't want to bring up past traumas from their lifetime.
And it's like, but now that I'm experiencing it, are you
Mm-hmm.
still going to hold that back? Or are you going to finally express that to me, what you went through, so it can help me get through what
Right.
I need to get through? And a lot of times they will still hold that back. So now what happens is, as the author was saying, now what's happening is the trust part, because imagine when we do find that out later and it's like, why you didn't tell us? Because if I would have known this, I would have went about this a different way. Sometimes we have to, our parents
Yeah.
have to understand, we have to take those lessons from you guys to learn. We only learn
Exactly.
from lessons. Yes, we
Exactly.
also learn from life experiences on our own, but if it's something that could, kind of prevent us from making certain choices or help
Mhm.
contribute to us making wiser choices, it would have been better off. Because look what she say. She gave an example. So this is me. I tell my partner, I'm not sure if you forgot, but my birthday was yesterday. And then my partner says, well, you should have reminded me. And then I say, you are right. I will remind you next year. But she goes to say, now we're taking the responsibility of what they should have known or what they should
Exactly.
have did. and putting it on us, making it okay. So guess what we're now? We're toxic.
Exactly. No one should have to remind you about something that could be important to you.
Should not.
No,
And why am I apologizing for that?
exactly. Exactly. If anybody should be apologizing, it's the person that forgot about you.
Because now I have to remind you next year. Why am I even waiting that long to see if you're going to remember?
Oh, baby, at that point, if you can't remember my freaking birthday, we gotta talk about this situation because, baby, we might need to be moving on.
Because
If you
again,
can't
you're
remember something so important to me, the day I was born, that's an issue. That is an issue.
What do we do when we see a red flag? Right, we stop.
But
and
I bet they remember, what time the football game come on. I bet they remember, they get paid this day. I bet they remember all of that.
if
What we
they know it's
Christmas
something they don't
did.
remember, I bet it's in their calendar. You can put
Exactly.
my birthday in your calendar.
Exactly.
We deal with a million people today. We're not going to remember everything. But if it's important to you, you're going to make sure it's notated, whether it's mentally or
Exactly.
physically in your phone,
I was just
whatever
about
you
to
use
say
to
that.
remind you. Like it doesn't take that much. But again, we're accepting it, making it seem like, oh yeah, I should have did this.
That is nothing.
You know what, baby? You did tell me about your doctor's appointment. I should have took off.
Exactly. And
That's
birthdays should be embedded in their mind, depending on how long you've been dealing with that person.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You remember Christmas every year. You remember Thanksgiving every year. You can't remember my birthday. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's not making any sense. You can't remember something so small. If you can't trust somebody to remember something as small as that, you can't trust them to remember something big, a huge milestone for you.
And at this point,
Something
I'm not important to you.
exactly. Exactly.
I'm not. Whether I celebrate birthdays or not, it's the point of acknowledgement. It's the point of
Exactly.
just, you don't even have to tell me happy. If you, okay,
Oh,
so it's two different people. It's people that don't celebrate birthdays and it's people that do. So if a person doesn't celebrate a birthday, just making them feel extra special that day, you don't even have to say happy birthday. You can
exactly.
send flowers to their job or Uber them lunch if you can't take off or
Doesn't
there's
matter. The
something.
small things matter.
Something.
Oh, baby, you're beautiful. Just let me know I'm beautiful today. You hear what I'm saying? Even if I
Mhm.
don't want to acknowledge that, still tell me. Still tell me. We need words of affirmation. A lot of us, that's our love language anyway. We need those things as women because we don't get it often. When we go out here in the world, they beat us up every day. We want to come home to a man that's going to let us know, baby, you got this. You're beautiful. I love you. You're strong. Even though we know some of those things, but it's better to hear sometimes. That's all we want. It's just to hear it. Those words of affirmations are important. It's important.
And like I said, if you don't want to do that, that brings it to another point that she talks about is how the person who does not develop relational skills and stops at awareness is essentially leading their partner on intentionally manipulative.
Whew.
Like they know they so the issue has been acknowledged. They even said, okay, I'm going to work on that. But they
Mhm.
have not did anything, lift a finger, blew a sneeze, blinked an eye to work on resolving the issue because for one, it may be too much for them because they don't care.
Mhm.
And they do not want to do the real work. So it's like, and if for some reason we're still there, I don't know, like just from past experience, I don't know what are we looking for to still be there with somebody who have shown us nothing's going to change.
Yeah. The model that I've been continued to run through my mind this year If he want to, he will. It's too many of these dudes that's laxy daisy. They're lazy. They don't want to do things. And if we allow them not to, they're gonna continue throughout the relationship. A lot of dudes, that if it was a woman that's gonna stand up and say, "Oh, I'm not tolerating any of this. I know what I'm gonna allow and I know what I'm not gonna allow," and they're gonna follow that. If you put your foot down and say, "Oh, I'm not allowing this," I bet he'll do it. A woman that don't play, they will do exactly what she want and give her exactly what she needs. If he want to, he would.
And
That's
then it's like, why
what
does
it
it take
is.
all of that though? If you know what you want, why risk losing it? Because some people like to
Exactly.
play games too, men and women. Oh, I just wanted to see what you was gonna say. Oh, I just
Little
wanted to
boy
see what you
shit.
was gonna do. Why? Like, why are we playing these games?
Little boy, little girl stuff. That's what that is. Little
Like,
boy,
if
little
I
girl
really
stuff.
wanted to play a game, I would have a game night with my girls.
Exactly.
It doesn't make any sense. And now we have the distress partner, the catch, and the hunter, and the user. All of these people come into these relationships with these intentions of not being intentional. That's so crazy to me. Like, I love how the author talked about distress partner. They always want somebody to save them. They always want somebody to fix their problems. And the
Yeah.
crazy thing she say and she asks when you're reading this book is, do you really love this person or do you just feel it? Do you love the feeling to be needed? And I was like, dang.
Or do you really love this person? Or are you using that person as a placeholder till you find the one that you really want? Let's talk about it. Am I a placeholder or you really want this?
And why
And
me?
they like to use people as a placeholder. Some dudes don't even want a relationship and they get in one knowing they don't want to be in a relationship. And that's why I go left. To the left, to the left. They don't have a relationship with their mama or their freaking daddy. They don't even have enough family members they could go to. So they don't know how to even be in a relationship. So why do it? Why do it? If you don't have the tools to do it, don't do it. It's messed up.
I just feel like people need to get better. Like I said, being honest with yourself, number one. Like you said, if you know this is not what you want, don't pursue it. And also understanding that communication is key because if you
Correct.
communicate and just speak how you really feel, things will people don't understand when you're honest, you get so much respect.
Exactly. Let
Versus
me
when I
see
found out
what
you
I
were
want to do.
dishonest, I'm not
Mm-hmm.
even gonna deal with you no more. I don't even respect you to that level
Exactly.
to even want to breathe the same air as you. Like,
Exactly.
why?
Exactly. They don't tell us because they know we're gonna be like hell to the no. Some of us not gonna tolerate it.
But it's still why and it's people out there that would. So why not go that way?
Exactly.
Why not go that way? But like she say, like I have to go back to this book when baby, you gotta get this book. You gotta get this book. But like she say, it's the user.
Mhm.
Their motto is
Yeah,
elevate me.
you.
I
Yep.
need you to raise my status.
Yep. Yep.
And the user is looking for someone to elevate them in some kind of
Sniffing us
way.
for us, sniffing us out, sniffing us out. Got the
It's
hound
it's
nose just for the good women, just to damage us. Some men get a kick out of that.
they do.
Them on to damage a woman, which is sad because the men are supposed to protect us, especially our black men, especially our black men, but they
But
don't.
but you know what's so funny? If we look at the generation, if you look at the boys now, the way that they're developing and growing up, I told someone today, I'm so happy I don't have no daughter.
Oh,
Cause
it's so
baby, you ain't gonna bring nobody home from this generation coming up.
yes,
If you
yes,
found them under a rock, maybe. And
yes.
even with my sons, because it's like I just remember when we were younger, I'm talking about the things we were doing at the ages of 3, 4, and 5. You don't
Yeah,
even see 90% of these kids doing it now. These kids
exactly.
do not know how to say simple things of what they need. And people don't understand it goes back to even when you take a child to a doctor, they ask them, are they using these type of sentences? Are they saying these things? Because if you're 5, 6, 7, 8 and above, you should be able to communicate. If I say what's wrong with you, what happened, who did it, it shouldn't be, oh, 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 oh. No, you should be able to say, this
Yes.
person hit me and I did not like how that feel.
And they should be able to communicate.
So think about it. If they're not communicating at that age, when they're gonna learn to, and like you said, it be once we got older, once we been through hell, high waters, frozen
People
mountains.
worry about Lululemon songs and all this freaking tablets and I don't know what the freaking games are, but that's all they worried about. I'm tired of hearing about Lululemon and Skims and all that foolishness. That's all they worry about. They won't even worry about them goddamn grades. Get them grades. Put your
Mm-mm.
head in goddamn books instead of worry about Lulu. You gonna be looking like Boo Boo with all them goddamn bad grades. Their
But
mindset is messed up. Their mindset is messed up. These electronics has totally taken these children's mind. They can't even read a goddamn book. Can't even write a freaking sentence.
or let alone, let's talk about how there's a lot of them too. The awareness part. You can't even look around to connect details to know what's going on. Because, like I say, if I smell smoke, I know there's a fire somewhere. If
Yes.
I see smoke, I know there's a fire somewhere. Why would I walk in that direction of that smoke or that smell? And then I'm going to run into the fire. There's not enough awareness being taught. Like I say, there's a few kids who understand, but again, that's why I feel like the toxic relationship is going to continue to spiral and go round and round and round and even get worse because like you said, there's too many things taking place of the mind thinking for
Yes.
itself.
Holding space. Yep. Yep.
People don't think for themselves no more. Soon as
Yep.
they can't, they just
Chat
run.
GPT. That's where they go. Chat GPT.
Now
Chat
you can
GPT.
use
Tell
it.
me
I
that.
feel like you can use it, but not for everything.
Exactly. You have
Not
to have
for
your own mind.
girl. Like I won't never forget, girl. I broke up with this boy, and he sent me a message. I knew that wasn't
Mhm.
him because first of all, he couldn't hardly spell.
It's with a letter E.
Say it again.
It's with a letter E.
I can't hear you.
It's with a letter E. Like onion.
I can't give you no hints. You gotta just
Okay.
tell me.
Okay.
What is that?
So I knew he had to use something.
What
Cause
you
all of
said?
this poetic stuff, you don't even talk like that. You don't even like poetry. So where is this coming from? You cannot, if you love me the way you do, and you're fighting for me the way that you are to keep me in your life, you couldn't go buy a card that could say these things because I know that's not genuine what came through those messages.
Girl, you can't give you $2 in the card.
Girl, shut up.
It's on the card. Terrible.
No, 125 from Dollar Tree. And they be having some good ones.
125. Really?
So, but that's my thing. Like, because there's too many sources out here where people aren't thinking for themselves and they choose, because you can't think for yourself. You want an easy way out. Like you said earlier in the conversation, people are lazy. They're
Lazy. Yep.
lazy. So, and like I say, this do go for men and women because I done seen it with women too. And it's like, nobody wants to put in the effort. Nobody wants to work hard. Like when I got my degree, I had to work hard. Like that's something I wanted. So if I want this man in this relationship, I'm going to work hard. But please believe though, it's going to have to go both ways. I'm not going to be doing all the hard work by myself. And that's just like my teacher when I was getting my degree. When they see how hard I was working, I can call them after hours. I can email them something and they'll get back to me to help me with whatever it is. They see my effort, so they put in effort.
Exactly. They used to speak to you and then call you back and then make it seem like nothing ever happened. Boy, please, bye. You blocked. You blocked.
Tetris, bitch.
Exactly.